12 weeks out. Oh my goodness. So I'm now 50% through my prep. The first half was a little bit lighter, food was higher, we were slowly getting into a deficit. The second half, I know there's going to be a lot more fatigue days, and today is one of those days. With all of the activity I did yesterday, lower body cardio, going down to the bridal show, setting up the booths, being on my feet for a couple of hours, being freezing cold for that entire shift. I woke up today after 10 hours in bed, still physically not feeling 100%. So I'm going to listen to my body. When it comes to cardio today, I'm going to do less intensity for longer to achieve my Whoop calorie burn goal. And it's an upper body learn your program day, so it won't be as intensive as a lower body day just because upper body muscles are smaller and we're hitting more groups compared to just hitting glutes and hamstrings or glutes and quads and really fatiguing those. So I'm going to do the absolute best that I can and then head home, do some client check-ins, clean the house, walk the dog, and relax and recover for the rest of the day because tomorrow is another busy day. Change of plans for cardio. Did my training, did my posing, came up with this brand new, I'm really excited about it, fitness routine, because my wellness posing routine and my fitness posing routine are different because it's two different looks for two different categories. So came up with that, was super excited, was practicing, playing around with things, and minorly rolled my ankle in a 5-inch stiletto. So I'm not going to do cardio right now. I'm going to go home, rest a little bit. I have an elliptical at home, and then with the calories being burned goal, I could also do some just dance. So we're going to see how it feels later today and pick what cardio we're going to do. Ankle is feeling way better. Walked the dog, had no issues, and also figured out why I was so damn fatigued today. So my cycle showed up. And normally for me, the first day of my period is when I am super tired. And then after that, I feel great. For those of you who are watching that do menstruate, from the first day that you start bleeding to about 10 days after is when we are hormonally primed for physical performance. We can push harder in the gym. We can hit PRs. We can recover better in between sets. We can recover better overnight. And this is also when our sleep quality is the best. So my 10 days starts now. I have some cardio that I still have to do. So I'm gonna head out and play some Just Dance because it's fun. It gets my heart rate up and I still gotta burn some calories. All right, it is now almost 9:30 and I will be heading out to go down to Mississauga before going to the bridal show. And what I'm doing this morning is getting a whole body MRI done. Why am I getting an MRI? What's wrong with me? Nothing as far as I know, but I want to make sure. So there's this new service available for those in Canada. You know that you normally have to get a requisition for a specific body part. However, one of the Man the F Up clients is the founder of this company. So you can go in, you can pay for a full body MRI where they scan from your head down to your knees and it gets reviewed for anything. They do your brain, your spine, your muscles, like all of it, potential muscle tears, brain health, spine health, you name it. So I just want to see and make sure that going into this strenuous year, because April is only my first competition of the year, that when I'm going to be pushing my body aggressively, there is nothing wrong with it internally and it's primed for that stress. I have all of my food prepped for me because I'm going to be out of the house for about 12 hours. I have my Costco turkey, I have some snap peas, some pumpkin seeds, some chicken, some pineapple, and a shit ton of cucumber with some cinnamon and salt so that I have some volume because today is a lower carb day. Just wrapped up the MRI. I was laying on the table for about an hour and it was honestly a really nice, calming, relaxing experience. Yes, the MRI machines are loud, but they give you earplugs, and then I had noise canceling headphones with some like classical calming music playing to try and drown out the really loud machine noises. And I'm pretty sure I fell asleep a couple of times in there. It's going to take about a week or so to get the results. So I am going to eat some food, head down to Toronto, get situated there, park, and then I brought my laptop so I can do some client check-ins before my bridal show shift starts. Got home from the bridal show. It's about 8:30 p.m. So I was out of the house for 11 hours instead of 12. But I am so tired. And an hour and a half drive from the city to where I live gives me a lot of time to reflect and think and I could not turn my brain off of food. I was thinking about all of the places that I would stop when I got back to Barrie, and through the drive became a little bit more conscious and aware of why those thoughts were present, because thoughts are not necessarily something that we need to act on. We can recognize that they're there and choose to say, okay, and have a conversation with ourselves and check in. And I'm really tired. The social aspect of being at a large venue with lots of people and trying to lure them into the booth, my nervous system right now is so fatigued, and it's leaning towards trying to self-soothe with what I have spent decades self-soothing with, which is food. So I was thinking of the McDonald's and the Menchie's frozen yogurt and the donuts and all of the places on the literally like the street that I have to drive to get from the highway to my house, and chose about 10 minutes earlier to get off at a different highway exit so that it took me about 5 more minutes to get home, but I didn't place myself in that environment when I am in a vulnerable state like this. So setting myself up for success, I'm gonna go inside and cuddle my dog and have a hot tub and watch some Sunday night cartoons and get a really good sleep. Tomorrow will be better. I have been mentally fighting with myself all day, fighting to get out of bed, fighting to start work, fighting to tell myself to eat. These days just happen sometimes, and part of me wanted to, a big part of me didn't want to come to the gym today, but we laid it the fuck up and we show up, because every single day counts right now, and it's how you show up on these hard days that matters most. So gonna go crush this leg workout and crush these stairs because I deserve it. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my seat. I'm feeling so much better today. Those low days like yesterday are going to happen, but today has been a lot better so far. Woke up, hot tubbed, took the dog for a walk, just finished my upper body, and I am now posing and looking at the clock. I do not have time to cardio on the stairs because it's gonna take me about half an hour to get home and eat. And then I have calls from, call it 3:30 p.m. until 7:30 p.m. And then I have client check-ins, and I have to edit my video that I have to release tomorrow. Oh, I haven't even thought of that yet. So really busy. I will probably end up doing another Just Dance session tonight around like 9 p.m.-ish because we still have cardio to do. We are not going to skip it or move it to a different day. I just need to reschedule things compared to what I had planned. It is now 9 p.m. Meetings are done. Check-in replies are done. Work logistic payment stuff is done. And I found out as of about 2 hours ago that Canada's #1 fitness magazine, Inside Fitness, every year they release their top 100 hot and fit women of the year. And your girl made it this year. I am so excited and so proud of myself because this is the 4th time that I have applied for this. In the past 3 times, I didn't get accepted, but I truly believe that there is a reason for everything. And since the first time that I applied and those photos that I submitted, my body has evolved, my mind has evolved, my posing and my modeling has gotten so much better. So I truly believe you have to earn these things. And it took me a couple of years, but persistence and dedication and commitment and not letting those rejections set me back and hold me back from applying for future years. We made it. One thing that is still left on the to-do list at 9 o'clock at night is my cardio. So I'm gonna go out there and have a fucking celebration dance party and also burn some calories. So it is now Thursday, and I realized that yesterday I didn't film anything. So to summarize, I worked out, did cardio, did an hour of posing, did 2 hours of dance. So busy day overall. Today is a rest day. So with the rest day, I'm still taking the dog for a walk, but Thursdays consistently are going to be my rest and recovery days. So every Thursday between now and when I compete, I am going to be seeing some sort of rehab person, whether it's a massage therapist, or today it's my chiropractor or my fascial stretch therapist. So I'm rotating through them every single Thursday to make sure that my body is in tip-top shape. And then today as well, for the first time, I have a one-on-one posing call with the number one reason I got into the WBFF. She is my biggest inspiration, my biggest role model, and she is the Miss Diva Fitness World, Miss Hattie Boydle. So I am super excited and also kind of nervous. Yes, I've been practicing. Hi, Floof. Yes, I have been practicing my posing religiously for weeks on end now, but I know that when I get in front of the camera for her in heels, I'm going to be like a nervous Bambi mess. But who better to practice in front of? She has worked so hard. She's earned her crowns. She knows the WBFF in and out, and I'm very excited to work with her for these next 12 weeks before I step on stage. Just finished with my chiropractor. I haven't seen him since November, and he complimented me on how well my body is still performing. He's seen me before where I've been all like knotted and twisted. So the mobility that I'm doing and the fact that I'm seeing people every single week, so the massage therapist last week, I think it's really going to help my body through prep this year, because you beat it up, and when you beat it up, you also have to take care of it. Plus I'm doing my warm-ups and my mobility before my training sessions, and then I stretch a couple of times a week at home in the evening if and when I feel like it. I'm going to head home, and I am going to head home because 2 minutes that way is my absolute favorite donut store. And knowing that I was coming here today, I was like, I could stop and get a donut, but I do not need donuts. And I will make a deal with myself, and I will make a deal with you guys, that if next week, if I still want a donut, I will work a donut into my macros, because I am trying to practice balance in prep. However, donuts are sugar and gluten, and probably, no, these are vegan donuts, so no dairy, but still things that cause digestive upset for me and internal stress. And through prep, I don't care how many weeks out I am, I want to keep that internal stress as low as possible. So we'll see if I still want it next week.
Yeah. And then you bring your hands up your body. It kind of looks like you have to commit your hands harder. So like this arm has to like really like feel like you're feeling yourself. If you kind of just run your hand over, it looks like you're kind of shy, kind of awkward, like, oh, I'm doing this thing, but I'm not sure I'm into it.
Okay.
So you have to like really put some pressure and hands on your body. Like,
good morning. It is a look good, feel good kind of day. I got 10 hours of sleep last night. I woke up with a 98% Whoop recovery. I'm just ready to crush the day. A couple of you have requested to see a full day of what I am eating, so I will show you that today. My calories after yesterday. So when I posed with Hattie, we had an honest conversation of, okay, I am about 3 pounds off of my previously estimated goal weight, and my conditioning is nowhere near where it needs to be. So I was a little arrogant as to how much muscle I have put on in 4 years compared to when I previously stepped on stage. So our goal weight has been shifted from 125 down to like 116, 117 pounds instead. So there is quite a bit more work to do. Calories have been dropped another 200 calories roughly. So I'm eating about 1750 right now, which I know for a lot of you is high, but when I was eating close to 3000 in my build, your girl is hungry. It's almost 50% of what that was. So I'll show you all of the meals that I am eating. I make sure that the food that I put in my body, I am enjoying. And yeah, I am totally okay with the decrease in food. I told Hattie, give me more cardio even. Like, I don't really care. I am a whatever it takes type of person. Last prep, in order for me to turn pro, I was doing 2.5 hours cardio on 1100 calories, and like, it sucked, but I did it and I won my pro status. So whatever it takes, hopefully it doesn't have to be that aggressive, but I'll show you guys a look at what my meals are today. Okay, so first up for breakfast, we have some frozen blueberries that were microwaved, and then I add raw oats to them. So I don't really like my oats cooked. I might start switching over now because cooked oats are going to give me more volume. But for now, I keep it raw. And then 10 grams of hemp hearts because it's important to have a fat source with your carbohydrates. And then for flavor, I add cinnamon, a little bit of salt, and some lemon juice. And then I mix it all up and I eat it with a side of turkey. So I always make sure that there's protein with all of my meals. This doesn't have a ton of protein, so I'm combining it to make sure that I'm hitting that 30-gram mark per meal. So after training, but before posing and then before cardio, I'm having some pineapple. I do not have the carbs anymore for candy. Oh well, it was nice while it lasted, but this is nature's candy. It is just as sweet, just as delicious, and having this now allows it time to be processed and get into my bloodstream while I'm posing so that I have the energy during stairs so I can push a little bit harder. So don't mind the unpainted toenails, but I want to show you all of the red marks on my feet from learning new posing routines and adjustments based on the feedback I got from Hattie last night. So there's a lot of unlearning. There's more like hardcore twisting and arching. I don't expect it to be perfect. It only took like 30-ish minutes today for those to get sore. So I'm gonna call it quits there. Getting better already, but still lots of mistakes that were made. Approaching this with a beginner's mindset of the only way for me to get better is just to keep practicing. That's where I'll see progress. Next up, we have a meal that makes my inner child happy. Potatoes, AKA French fries, with chicken thighs that were pre-cooked and then cut into tiny strips and re-air fried with the fries to kind of come out like chicken nugget, chicken wing sort of things, with some celery because vegetables. And then my carbs are a little low right now, so instead of ketchup, we just have some white vinegar. My full celery stick was too much compared to what I measured, so Floop gets it. It's one of his favorite snacks. As the evening goes on and I start to get a little bit hungrier, I am eating for volume. So more chicken thighs and a whole cucumber minus a couple of ends, which are gonna go to Floop. He loves his veggies. Eat your veggies. And then I am also having a unsweetened, no-calorie Farm Boy orange vanilla carbonated beverage because these taste really good. Time for the final meal of the night, ice cream. Inside of this pint of creamy deliciousness, we have salted caramel, egg white protein, chocolate collagen, and egg whites. I put it in this container last night, froze it overnight, and then popped it into the creamy. For anyone looking into getting this machine, highly recommend it. Just know that it's really loud when it goes, but like, it's so good.